And now, ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. Over there, sir.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you appreciate just how proud I feel to have been able to present this award this evening, because one of the great things about this evening, please sit down, by the way. One of the great things about an evening like this is it does provide an opportunity once a year to remind people of the extraordinary contribution made by our armed forces in all sorts of different parts of the world. And when you think what they are doing at any one time, it is truly remarkable. Just think, for instance, this year, how at short notice, some 20,000 service personnel found themselves supporting the Olympics and did the most fantastic job. And there they were, in uniform, able to remind people of how important our armed forces are. And, of course, the unending, relentless courage of our armed forces is on display day after day in Afghanistan. And they have, I think, the most extraordinary resilience, patience, determination, despite the horrors of being turned upon from time to time by the people they're training and mentoring. And the fact that they continue and go on, despite these setbacks and these tragedies, to their own mates, is an example, it seems to me, of the remarkable teamwork, which is really what the armed forces is all about. And our armed forces set us, I think, a truly extraordinary example. And many of them go on to encourage and enthuse young people through cadet units, for instance, all over the country. And I know that through my regiments that I come across and talk to all the time, that the discomfort in Afghanistan, for instance, is unbelievable. When you think what they're having to endure when bottled water, for instance, becomes too hot to touch by 10 o'clock in the morning, and their Jackal armoured vehicles become unbelievably uncomfortable very quickly during the midday heat. They're patrolling frequently with 60 kilograms of equipment on their back, and some patrol bases are frequently under small arms fire attack for 8 hours at a time. But despite all this, and despite the hardships and the vicious insurgent attacks, our troops just keep on bouncing back in some unbelievable way. And when you think also, ladies and gentlemen, about the utterly relentless courage of those who volunteer to work with mine detecting equipment and those who are diffusing these IEDs on a regular basis, very often on their stomachs crawling about, dealing with one IED after another, then those people, I think, deserve our thoughts and continual congratulations and appreciation, because that takes something very, very special. Now, as some of you probably know, I have two sons serving in the armed forces, and my younger one is at this moment in Afghanistan. Fortunately, he rings me every now and then, and from time to time I've even managed to persuade him to write me a letter. Because I keep saying that if you write me a letter, and not just, an email or a text or something, in 30 years' time or 40 years' time, that would be very interesting history. I keep telling some of the younger soldiers in my regiments that it would be a good idea if they wrote the occasional letter. But ladies and gentlemen, I just make this point because I understand, I really do understand the worry of service families when their loved ones are away serving in somewhere like Afghanistan. I find frequently you feel it's almost easier for those serving away than it is for those left behind, because you worry all the time. And so I do appreciate the extraordinary resilience and the unbelievable support provided by those families back here who encourage and remind their loved ones that they're there for them, despite what they're having to put up with. And of course, as you can imagine, ladies and gentlemen, being the parent of 2 boys in the armed forces, I do share with you the worry, the anxiety of not knowing the exact details of our children's whereabouts. And obviously, it's a bit difficult for me. If I want to see what my children are up to, I look at the front page of The Sun. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're very grateful to The Sun for sponsoring these awards. And just for reminding us that we can't do without the armed forces. They are an absolutely essential ingredient of life in this country. And all I can say is there aren't many better. There really aren't. And if this year didn't prove that with the Olympics, and if Afghanistan and what they were doing in Iraq doesn't prove it, then there is no other way to prove it. So we owe all of you, all those who serve in the armed forces, an endless debt of gratitude. Thank you for everything you mean to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your thanks for their Royal Highnesses, the Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall.